views, these ideas, ideologies, which actually shake them at the foundation when they may have been firm upon their religion throughout their entire lives for decades and decades.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a question, if you don't mind, maybe a few questions.
Yeah.
What inspired you to delve clearly very deeply into the subject, or to the aqidah of the Shia,
I didn't,
and to respond as you do?
There was no specific planning behind it. I gained interest in this topic as a young man when I started practicing, and I read some classical books on this issue. One of the books I read that really inspired me was Tuhfa Idna Ashariya by Shah Abdul Aziz, who was the son of Shah Waliullah Dehlawi. It's a very powerful text. It was written in Persian originally, and then there was an Urdu translation that I read myself.
Was this in India? If I'm not mistaken?
It was from the Indian subcontinent, because in the 18th century the Shias were spreading their ideas throughout the Mughal Empire, and a lot of people were getting confused and they were falling for the propaganda. So this book was specifically written to respond to some of the Shia claims and propaganda, and it saved hundreds of thousands of Muslims. So it's a very powerful text. It's one of the best treatments of the Shia theology out there. It's titled Tuhfa Idna Ashariya, a gift for the 12ers. Okay, so it's a very good book. There is a Shia gentleman here who wants to ask a question. Oh, sorry. So you have questions regarding Shia theology and Shia issues?
Questions, I've already know the answers to them. Like,
right. So you have any specific questions?
My question is about the rulers.
The rulers.
Like, you can't go against them, or you can't, even if they do wrong, you can't say anything to them. I don't really agree with this, and I want to know, why is it that even if the ruler does something wrong, for example, like right now, we have the problems in Sudan, why should I not speak against this problem?
Okay.
And we don't have a Khalifa at the moment to say, oh, you're going against your Khalifa in order for you to be called a Khariji. You can give bay'ah to anyone nowadays.
First of all, going against rulers is a very bad idea, very dangerous idea. Every time Muslims did it, it was a catastrophe, it was a disaster, historically speaking. Yeah. Okay, it is not encouraged by the Prophet ﷺ. To the extent the Prophet ﷺ, he said that even if it's an oppressive ruler who is lashing your back, okay, remain patient until you see clear kufr. Clear kufr bawah, which means basically the ruler comes out and he tells everyone that I'm a kafir, I'm an idol worshipper, and da. Until you see anything like that, then he cannot be a ruler over Muslims. You understand? Now, let me answer the question. Right? Now, whenever the Muslims did rebel against rulers, Muslim rulers who are proclaiming to be Muslims publicly, okay, without getting too much into their actions and their personal characters, right? Every time the Muslims rebelled against rulers, you know what happened?
Problems that began.
No. There was mass murder. There were genocides. Okay, you start from the very beginning and all the way to our day, right? So I follow the Prophet ﷺ on this. Okay, don't give me labels and names. Okay, I follow the Prophet ﷺ on this. Ubadah bin Samit, Kitab al-Imara in Sahih Muslim. The reports are there. Go and read this chapter titled Kitab al-Imara, okay, the book of leadership in Sahih Muslim, and then talk to me. Then we will be talking. Okay, so it's not as simple as pick up guns and start fighting.
I don't agree.
Oh, there are people who do this. There are people who are doing this, right? So it's a very dangerous thing to do. It's a very dangerous idea to put out, because you are now not only destroying yourselves, you're destroying. No, I'm not saying you. I'm not saying. Sorry, don't misunderstand me. I'm saying those people who think like this. They are destroying the entire community and the entire society. So the pros and cons, they have to be seen by the leaders, the influentials, the Ahlul Halli wal Aqd, sincere leaders, sincere scholars. They are the ones who should be guiding the community, not a bunch of ragtag militias.
No, but what if the ruler is a clay munafiq? Like, he claims to be
Who decides he's a clay munafiq? Who decides?
You decide.
Who decides?
You can clearly tell, like, if someone's a
No. Anyone, Tom, Dick and Harry can come, and I'm not specifically defending any specific ruler.
Yeah.
I'm questioning the concept. This idea this notion that a guy standing on the street somewhere can determine who is a munafiq and who's not a munafiq. Who the hell are you? Who gave you the authority to give that fatwa? Leave it to the scholars. And I mean sincere scholars. I don't mean necessarily government scholars who are working for governments. I mean scholars who are sincere with Muslims, who are sincere with rulers, who are sincere with Allah and His Messenger. Ad-Dinu nasiha. Qalu liman ya Rasulullah. Religion is sincerity. And the Sahaba asked Ya Rasulullah, to who? He said, to Allah, wali rasulihi, wali aimmatil muslimin. Okay, so there is what do you call it, a categorization of people we have to be sincere with. So who determines who's a kafir, who's a munafiq? Who gave you the right to give these fatwas? If for example 100 people come together and they have a leader on top of them and he goes munafiq, munafiq, kafir, munafiq, munafiq, kafir. Okay, and then these 100 people, yeah, let's go. What are we going to do now? Let's fight them. And before you know, there's a civil war. You've caused problems that didn't exist. Okay, you have made a bad situation worse, and a worse situation a catastrophe. This is how I'm a historian by profession. I'm a student of history. I'll give you one example. In Spain, there was a ruler called Hakam Awwal, Hakam the First, and he used to drink publicly. He was an open fasik. He would be having meetings with ulama and he would be drinking wine in front of them. He was the ruler of Al-Andalus, one of the grandchildren of Abdurrahman al-Dakhil, Abdurrahman the First. Go and check him out. After I give this reference, go and check him out. Some scholars became radicalized, or some people, they grew impatient with him and some of his policies they didn't like. But there was freedom for people to worship. There was relative peace in the city of Cordoba and around it. But some guys, they decided, you know what? This ruler is a munafiq. Yeah, munafiq. Yeah, because he drinks and he does other things. Let's fight him. They fight him. You know what happens? A massacre. A complete massacre of the city of Cordoba. He wipes out the city of Cordoba.
Who does that again?
Hakam the First,
The ruler.
his armies and him. He commands all scholars who fought against him are captured and they are brutally killed. Some of them Maliki scholars. Some of them, if I'm not mistaken, direct students of Imam Malik. Killed by him because of this rebellion. And then guess who wins? He's still in power. And then he captures some of the ulama and he asks them this: did I not give you freedom to practice your faith? Did I not give you freedom to teach? They said, yes, you did. Then why? Just because I'm drinking? Just because I have this and that? So, you see, to label someone as a munafiq, and they may well be munafiqeen, they may well be shayateen, they may well be kuffar, but you should not be the one to use that label. Let those who will be questioned by Allah to do so. Are you a mufti? Are you an alim?
No.
So
I've got a brain there. Like, for example,
no.
You shouldn't go against the law.
Okay, wait.
You can't go against the law.
No, wait.
You can't go
You have a brain. You said you have a brain.
Yes.
Can you fly a plane?
I fly a plane.
Yeah.
If I study.
No. You said you haven't studied yet.
No.
You have a brain, and I accept you have a brain. You're an intelligent young man, right? Alhamdulillah. Can you fly a plane?
No.
Would you fly the plane with your own family inside it right now?
No.
Why? Why?
It's not logical.
Why?
It's not logical because I don't.
Why is it logical for you to put yourself in a position to give a fatwa? Takfir is fatwa, and it's complicated. It's not no different to aeronautical science. But people will say, oh, this guy's crazy. He's comparing Islamic theology to aeronautical science. Brother, law, Islamic law.
I'm not saying anyone is a kafir or anyone is a munafiq. I'm not putting labels.
No, I'm not saying you are. You're saying that you have the brain to assess who may be a munafiq and who may be a kafir. No, you don't. I'm saying you don't.
Sorry?
The
actions might be that.
actions can be anything. How do you know this person is a munafiq? By his
I'm
actions.
not saying he's a munafiq, but I'm saying what he's doing.
So this
What he's
question,
doing is harming the ummah instead of
is it not easier for you and me to leave this matter to those who will be questioned about it by Allah? You and I won't be questioned. Me and you will not be questioned about it on the day of judgment. Allah will not ask you, was so and so munafiq?
No, most likely not.
So leave that worry. First of all, make sure that, as Allah said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. Oh, you believe, save yourselves and your family from hellfire. So a lot of these people who are giving fatwas around the world and they are making noise on social media, you go to their house, you walk into their homes, you will see the carpet is dirty, they're not washing their clothes properly, the garden is overgrown, they can't even take care of a house, and they want to change the government. So please don't think I'm speaking for governments here. Okay, I'm not defending any of the crimes of any governments or any king or ruler. I am defending Islamic principles.
I agree with that.
Don't play games with Islamic principles. Don't play, just like you don't play games with neuroscience or aeronautical science or rocket science, let's say. Just like you don't become a surgeon overnight and start conducting surgeries in the hospital, start making operations on people's hearts and kidneys. Just like you wouldn't do that, don't do operations in Islam. Leave it to the surgeons. Yeah, those who are, and if they fail in their duty, let Allah deal with them. The scholars, let Allah deal with them. You don't put yourself in that situation. Why?
So why did Hussein ibn Ali do that as well?
Well, he was a scholar. He was mujtahid par excellence. He was a Sahabi. He was a grandson of Rasulullah.
Yeah.
What he did right.
Okay.
Hussein radiallahu anhu, what he did right. Absolutely. We stand with him. We love him. Okay, we stand with him, right? We don't condemn him for what he did. Let him be. Let him do. We are not him.
If I may, Sheikh.
Yeah.
You know, Akhi, it shows it's a good indication of an individual when they have concern for the ummah, the affairs of the ummah, and if the ummah's being massacred in certain places and certain crimes are being committed against them. It's a good indication of the person's sensitivity towards the ummah. The Prophet ﷺ, he mentioned about when one part of the body hurt, you probably heard of the hadith, when one part of the body is hurting, the other parts of the body, they feel it. The body as a whole feels it, right? But as the Shaykh is saying, there's certain ways in which these things are dealt with. We don't act upon emotion, we act upon the nusus, what is revealed by Allah Ta'ala and what is spoken on the tongue of the Prophet ﷺ. We don't
And let the authorities deal with it. The scholars of Islam and the rulers. Allah calls them in the Quran, Ulil Amri Minkum. These are the people who rule over you, who are your leaders, the scholars and the rulers. Let them deal with each other. Let them deal with each other. You and I, in the fish market, any situation. Sorry? There is what?
There's a red line that you shouldn't cross.
There is what?
I will tell you now.
There is what?
A red line that they shouldn't cross.
Who shouldn't cross?
Anyone that's in charge.
But where is the red line?
I will tell you now
Yeah.
the red line.
Yeah.
فذكر إنما أنت إلا مذكر لست عليهم بمسيطر إلا من تولى وكفر فيعذبه الله العذاب الأكبر إن إلينا إيابهم ثم إن علينا حسابهم. Finish. Who's saying that?
But how is that relevant?
Who's saying that?
No, but I know the verses. But how are they relevant to our discussion?
Yes, very relevant.
How?
You said that the ruler and the scholar that they can decide. No, I am saying no. They don't have even the
Okay, then who decides? I wanna, who decides that Allah decides?
Even the
Who
Prophet
decides?
Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam never said Abdullah ibn Salul is munafiq, and everyone knows that he was munafiq. And he even prayed when he died.
What are we discussing?
You know what this is mean? This is mean
you're very passionate. What
No,
are we
no.
discussing? What point are we discussing? I'm confused.
About the ruler and the scholar. that
Okay,
they
what
have
are
the
you
right
disputing
to
exactly?
classify.
What are you disputing exactly?
You said
Yeah.
the people here,
Yeah.
because maybe they don't have knowledge, or
Yeah.
they are not
Yeah.
scholar,
Yes.
or they are not ruler,
Yes.
or whatever.
Yes.
They don't have this power to decide.
Yes. I'm
said-
saying exactly that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to you,
Yeah.
even if you are scholar, you are ruler, and you don't have a knowledge or have a knowledge, even you don't have this power. Because
What power?
this-
What power?
to decide this is munafiq, this is haram, this
No.
is whatever.
First of all,
Just let me
munafiq is an issue of heart. Okay, you have two types of nifaqs in Islam. Yeah, one is nifaq kufr, which means you're a kafir, you don't believe deep inside you don't believe. One is nifaq amali, where you lack in your actions. For example, you don't wake up for Fajr, or you miss your prayers deliberately sometimes. This is nifaq amali, okay, where you are like a hypocrite
No, this
who's
is
not.
lazy, it's antifa.
Okay.
You confuse
give you an
between
example?
no, you confuse
Yeah.
between the meaning.
Let's say a
Sorry,
country like
munafiq is a
UAE.
completely different. Not because maybe you are watching the TV
I'm
and
speaking-
you
I'm
make
speaking
late
from-
to make the
I'm
prayer
speaking-
of,
I'm speaking
Fajr.
from Islamic
And you are
point of view.
munafiq. No, this is
I'm speaking from an Islamic point of view. It's in books.
It's
This is
a kaslan. This is what
I have a
it
question.
means.
For example, when it
Munafiq
comes
is
to
completely
UAE.
different.
No,
Munafiq
maybe
means that
Am I
you
not
are
allowed to
inside
criticize
don't
their
believe,
political
but you
decisions that they
appear
do,
on the
like they
people
have?
that you are a
You-
believer.
you-
This is the
you-
munafiq.
we got the point, but do you know there are different types of nifaq in Islam?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
And I was just explaining
Yeah,
that.
but not that example what you said.
Well, this example is valid.
No, it's not valid.
There is nifaq
No.
amali.
Why is it invalid?
No, it's not invalid.
There is no nifaq amali.
It's not invalid because you are with yourself.
Sorry?
Okay?
Yes. There is.
Not in front of the people. If you do it in front of religion, yes. you
On
are right.
on that note, yes.
I understand from religious perspective, we shouldn't interfere as general public, but
Yeah.
when we criticize their political decisions,
Yes, that's
rulers'
what I'm saying.
political decisions,
It-
is there a differentiation in what we can and can't criticize?
When it comes to criticism, for example, okay, if every human being has the right, Islamically speaking, to criticize the ruler, right, to him, to his face, but to go publicly, let's say, look, it's a very good question the brother asked. Can we as Muslims, yeah, no, it's a different
Can I
question.
ask you the same
Yeah.
question?
Can a Muslim criticize the ruler? Yes, absolutely. But what does this criticism constitute is the question. For example, criticism could be you approach the ruler, you write an email to him, and you speak directly to him somehow and tell him, I think you're wrong in this. No problem with that. But then there's another type of criticism. You go to a public square and you get people together. And then you say, this ruler is this and this and this and this. And then there are all types of gullible people in the crowd. They get lured into becoming more violent and more pronounced. Their rebellion is become. Then what happens? I mean, we are from Pakistan, right? I'll give you an example of Pakistan. What happened recently? 10,000 people got picked up by the government. They went out, they started to attack government buildings and government, facilities and property. 10,000 of them got picked up. 10,000, wait. And what happened? Majority of them apologized and came out. For whatever reason, they were blackmailed, they were tortured, they were whatever. The point still stands. You fight an army with deadly weapons, right? You raise a rebellion. You know what you're doing? You are actually causing hundreds of thousands of deaths of innocent people.
I just have one thing.
Okay,
Technically,
especially-
what you're saying is
yeah.
the people of Syria should have never won against Assad.
In hindsight, now what we see right now, a lot of people are saying, oh, this was a successful revolution. In hindsight, was the price worth paying? 1 million deaths in Syria. If your mother died,
Yeah.
if your brother died, if your sister died, the answer would be very different. The answer would be different, very, very different. Bashar the Kalb, Bashar the pig, Bashar the dog, he's still in Russia. He's enjoying, maybe he's sipping pina colada in a swimming pool somewhere with Putin, maybe having private parties, okay? He's still there with his family. He's left the country.
You don't believe
the
in
country,
resistance.
who?
You don't believe in resistance.
What does resistance mean? What does it mean?
Resistance is mean to make a war against the
Where
opposite.
do you come from originally?
It's not necessary.
Do you have a
know
family?
where I'm coming
Do you
from? Sure.
has any of your family member,
Okay.
have you ever lost
Yeah.
your daughter, your son, your sister, your brother in a conflict like this? Ever? You have. And you still say it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Yeah, because to liberate my homeland, yes. to liberate
I don't.
my house.
No.
Yes.
I'm not talking about Palestinians fighting the Zionists. That's a different matter. Okay, that's it. I'm talking about.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Then
Palestinian.
your case is different. Your case is different.
Okay.
No. Your case is different.
Okay.
The Afghans fighting for their freedom is a different case. We're not discussing that.
Okay.
We're not discussing occupied territory.
I thought that
You're
general. It's okay.
we're not. No.
Apologize.
I mean,
I misunderstood.
I mean what happened in Pakistan. I mean what happens in a Muslim country. What happened in Egypt, for example. Okay, what happened in Egypt, right? Things like that. Okay, there is.
agree with you.
Yeah. This is. So there are nuances. This is why I say, experts, people who are sincere, not sellouts. They're not working necessarily for the governments. They are the ones who should handle the situation and guide the people, and guide the right people, not the mob, not 10,000 people on the streets. Because majority of them are looters and polluters. They'll go inside properties and they will go and start robbing. You have no control over them, like what happened in many of these cases. So, brother, this is why when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised something, take it very seriously, because it has serious repercussions on the ground. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else. I'm not saying people should continue to suffer. They should accept oppression. They should continue to live in poverty and corruption. No, I'm not saying that.
Against it, you can do a peaceful protest. You are not challenging the rule itself or the state itself, but you are, let's say, you're gathering people around to create a pressure group.
Yes,
to change.
100%. Absolutely.
Peaceful protest is
Yeah,
fine.
and who does that? Someone who knows how to do it, someone who has the right methods, and it doesn't spill into the public and then it turns into a civil war. No, that's what I'm against. But proper opposition, proper organized way of opposing oppression, corruption, any miscarriage of justice, as long as it doesn't spill into the public, safety, or doesn't destroy peace of the society.
So what happens if someone's doing all that peaceful protest, but the state comes in very hard and kills all of them, for example?
Then you're finished. Then you're finished.
So
And it happened. It happened many times.
Let's say 100,000 people came out and they killed few thousands of them just to suppress.
And the rest go home. Then wait for better days. There's nothing else you can do. The only other option you have now, you come out again and get killed again. You come out again and get killed again. You come out 20 times and you get killed and you go back. Like what happened in Egypt. What's happening? So the point is, you wait until Allah brings about a solution for you, right? I'm not.
Other people unless if they change it themselves.
If there is oppression and there is injustice, I am not saying Muslims should accept this. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But you have to do things the right way.
But what is the right way? This is
The right way is determined by the scholars of Islam who are sincere, not by a bunch of activists, a bunch of excited young men in a university, let's say, or in an institution, who come out and say, we want this, we want that, and then they get sprayed. And again, I'm not saying don't resist oppression. Resistance of oppression can come in different forms. I'm saying don't self-destroy.
So you're saying don't resist the second time. First time you can, but if government comes hard on you, then second time just stay at home, wait for the better time.
I am saying don't self-destroy. That's all I'm saying.
What does that even mean?
That means that.
لا يغير الله نفسا.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's the Quran. Yeah, that's the Quran. But how do you do it? How do you do
You
it?
cannot wait that God will change. No, you have to start to change things.
And get a million people killed.
If it's necessary, yes.
No,
but
I'm sorry.
If you were to tell me
sorry.
about
It's never necessary to kill a million people. It's never necessary to kill a million people.
get yourself
point of
killed,
view,
but it just happens along the way.
Sorry?
You're not planning to get your people killed.
No, you are putting people on the streets to get killed.
No, people are coming out because they want their rights, and
What
they are
about
not
fear?
getting it from the government.
Yes.
So if government, it's a peaceful protest led by the scholars. Scholars are right at the front lane, yeah. But government comes out hard, they kill thousands of them. What do they do next time? This
If
what the next
look, if scholars decide, I'm saying, if scholars of Islam, sincere Muslim scholars decide we need to come out, and do this and that, let them do it.
Which
Let them
scholars,
do
can
it.
I just say?
May I ask
I
you
said
a
sincere
question?
scholars.
How you can elect this scholars? Please?
Sorry,
What's the way
What
to
if you
elect
allow-
this kind
by
of
his
scholars?
actions and his works. We know a scholar by his works.
Who? By
There are sincere scholars.
You wrote some books.
Ibn Taymiyyah.
Ibn Taymiyyah is a scholar.
Yes.
Oh my
He was.
God.
You know what he did?
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
I
he
know.
fought the Mongols. He was
and
there.
You know some fatawi of Ibn Taymiyyah.
Yeah.
before of all.
Yes.
Yeah, and you agreed about it.
100%.
Oh my God.
Absolutely 100%.
No. You have to read it again. This is his Daesh.
What? Ibn Taymiyyah is Daesh?
No.
Come on.
This is the thing of Daesh.
No.
This is Daesh.
Ibn Taymiyyah has just been
This is
accused of being
Daesh.
Daesh. Sorry. No. Look.
I will
This
give
is-
you one example of
Ibn Taymiyyah is
fatawi.
Daesh?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
For fighting Mongols.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Don't.
for fighting Mongols.
I said Daesh,
Yeah.
they got all from Ibn Taymiyyah.
Daesh are quoting the Quran.
No.
Daesh are quoting the Prophet.
Which Quran?
Now, does the Quran
Which
become
Quran?
Daesh? No.
Which Quran? Which Quran?
Jay Smith is quoting the Quran.
Which one?
I think it was
There are some.
Exactly
There, Tommy Robinson is quoting the Quran. He wrote a book on the Quran.
We are talking about Khawarij. It's the same. Okay?
No problem. We disagree.
Because
We
are
disagree.
talking about
We
Khawarij when they came out with the Quran.
We
saying
disagree.
To Imam Ali, we have the Quran here. We have
We-
the Quran.
we-
Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah,
we-
ashhadu
we
Muhammadan
disagree.
Rasulullah.
We
And
disagree.
they were just only terrorists. The same thinking. Same thinking.
Ibn
Nothing-
Taymiyyah?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You know, tell me one fatwa
What do
of
you-
Ibn Taymiyyah about your wife.
About
You know
my
that?
lies.
Wife.
About my wife.
Yes.
My
There's
wife.
a
My
very
wife was
famous-
born in
A
1977.
very famous fatwa of Ibn Taymiyyah. You know what he's saying? I will tell it to you. That your wife is.
Why would Ibn Taymiyyah talk about my wife? Ibn Taymiyyah lived 600 years
Your
ago.
wife, my wife,
But I
all
understand what
wives.
he's saying. He's
All
saying
wives.
all of the wives.
All wives, not your wife.
No, Ibn Taymiyyah.
Not just only your
Ibn
wife. My
Taymiyyah,
wife,
Ibn
his
Taymiyyah
wife,
had
everyone wife.
No, I
Let
don't
me finish.
understand your question. You're making noise, but I don't understand your question.
Because you are interrupted.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
the
let's pray.
fatwa,
Let's pray. Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
if you are get married, okay,
Yeah.
your wife is completely a slave of you.
Ibn Taymiyyah said
yes,
this?
Yes.
Okay.
And you are allowed to do whatever you like with her.
That's a double.
This is a fatwa.
Okay.
This is one fatwa of Ibn Taymiyyah.
Can you show it to me?
Yes.
Find it and we'll discuss it. We're gonna have to go and play. We're gonna go and play.
You
And if it doesn't say
mentioned
that,
Ibn Taymiyyah and you
wait. If it doesn't say that, then what? Then what? Then you change your opinion,
You
right?
ask me the evidence,
Then you're
I
not
will
gonna
give
call
you
Ibn
evidence.
Taymiyyah Daesh.
No.
Then you're not gonna call him Daesh again, yeah? If this is not true, what you claimed. If you claimed, Ibn Taymiyyah cannot possibly call your wife a slave because Allah did not call her a slave. Period. How can Ibn Taymiyyah do that? Ibn Taymiyyah would be the first person hanging on the tree if he did that. Okay? So we have to go and pray. Thank you so much.
You don't want to see the evidence?
You could be looking for this for half an hour. I'm not going to stand there for half an hour. But if you find it, I'm always here. I'm always happy to discuss it. I know it's not true. I know there's going to be something else. I'm very confident about this. There's going to be something else. Thank you so much.
Barakallahu feek.
Been nice talking to you.